Hello, football fans. Welcome to Aces Field as we've got junior high football underway here on Hicksville Community Television. I'm Bill Murphy. Glad to have you with us, joining me on the camera and maybe helping out with some of the announcing duties. Kate Murphy here with us this afternoon. Glad to have her here. The Aces opponents, the Wayne Trace Raiders. And again, this is junior high action, so we're looking at 8-minute quarters. And primarily 8th graders on these two teams. A few 7th graders are going to be playing. Wayne Trace puts the ball in the air. It's going to fall incomplete. So this is our first opportunity to be able to come out and see the junior high Aces in action. And the way the junior high games work, the teams are made up of 7th and 8th graders, and it's sort of have like a varsity JV split. They play games that feature just 7th graders, and then they have the 8th grade games, which will play the 8th graders and some of the better 7th graders. There are 3 7th graders on the Aces roster this afternoon. Number 35 for the Raiders with a great run, first down yardage, and they're going to drag him down inside the 10-yard line. So Wayne Trace early on in the game, they had the first possession, have a first and goal, 7:17 to go. We got here just in the nick of time, so we're sort of combining pregame with the play-by-play coverage here for this first stanza or two. Again, the Aces hosting the Wayne Trace Raiders. We do have a roster for the Aces, but we did not get one from the Wayne Trace people, so we're just going to be able to call numbers for Wayne Trace. Their quarterback is number 7. Hand off to their running back, number 35, who gets inside the 10-yard line down to about the 9, where it'll be second and goal, So again, in the junior high level, quarters are 8 minutes rather than the 12 we are used to having in the high school games. And they, well, aside from that, play 4 quarters. Josh Freese, the coach for the 8th graders. Another quick toss to number 35. He heads towards the end zone, and he's in for a Raiders touchdown. So the Raiders draw first blood with 6:41 to go in quarter number 1. They go up 6-0. Another difference you will notice is they don't do the kickoffs and so forth. So we'll fill that in after we finish this extra point attempt here, as the Raiders look to go up 7-0. But we're glad to have you with us. We're glad to be able to bring you some of the junior high football action for this season. It is late in the season for these young men, and that's going to be an incomplete 2-point attempt. So the score will remain 6-0. And with all the activities going on and all of the commitments that we have, a lot of the junior high games are played on Mondays, where we have other things going on with Village Council and with the school board meetings and so forth. This game being on a Tuesday, and there not being a home volleyball game on the varsity level or whatever, we were able to work it into our schedule. So again, we're very glad to be here, again courtesy of our football broadcast underwriters, covering all Aces sports on Hicksville Community Television, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. So here we go. Aces are going to be on offense for the first time, and as you can see, there's no kickoff. They simply place the ball at the 35-yard line. So the Aces are going to be going from right to left on your television screen in their home red uniforms. Working out of the shotgun, their quarterback, number 10, with a handoff to number 12. That's Mason Comiso. Mason dodges one. He's off to the races down the sideline, and Mason Comiso is going to go in untouched. And just like that, touchdown Aces, and we're tied at 6. So a nice handoff from Jacob Miller, the Aces quarterback, to Mason Comiso. And Comiso, like I said, he was just gone. He broke through the secondary along the sideline, turned on the jets, and motors down to the end zone. There's a flag back at the 31-yard line, though. and they have taken the points off the board. So I'm going to guess that we're going to have a hold, and they'll march off 10. And that's actually going to be an even bigger penalty than that. It's going to be about a 14-yard penalty because they snapped the ball at the 35. The hold was committed at the 31. So they're backed all the way up to the 21-yard line. So take that impressive opening touchdown run and erase it. And we'll reset. It'll be first and 24 on the 21-yard line. And Miller takes the snap. Hand off to number 8. That's Braden Langham. Langham across the 30. And he gets out to about the 33-yard line. So he gets back most of that lost yardage. It'll be second and about 12. Aces will break huddle. Get themselves set. Miller works the snap count. Hands it off. That's to Comiso again. Comiso going to battle his way across the 35-yard line to about the 37, maybe the 38. And they'll put him down at the 38-yard line where it'll be third and about 7. So a third and long for the Aces, their first offensive stanza here tonight. I should say this afternoon. Kickoff time, well, they didn't kick it off, but start of the game was at 5 p.m. here on this Tuesday, the 13th day of October. Kind of a cool, overcast day. Pass is caught, and battling his way forward. Number 1, that's Travian Tunis, his older brother. You hear his name called a lot in the varsity football games. Travian catches the lateral and battles across the 40-yard line to the 43, where it will be 4th and 2. So 4th down for the Aces. 4:33 on the first quarter clock. Aces will huddle up. They'll break huddle. And they fake the punt, and they get the first down. So nice little bit of skullduggery. The punter is number 8, Braden Langham. Langham dropped back like he was going to punt. They snapped the ball, and he acted like it went over his head. But in reality, they'd snapped it to the quarterback who snuck it forward, and they moved the chains. It's first and 10 Aces.
It's one of Coach Smith's favorite plays.
Yes. Rolling out, ball in the air just over the hand of the intended receiver. And Miller is taken to the turf as soon as he lets that ball go. So Miller's pass is incomplete. That'll make it second and 10. As you can see, the continuity of the Aces football program here at the junior high level, playing out of the shotgun, as you'll see on the on the varsity and the JV games as well. And again, a lot of misdirection and so forth. And even though they don't kick in the junior high, I bet they're out there practicing those squib kicks and the onside kicks. Jacob Miller working out of the shotgun, man in motion, handoff. That's the Comiso, number 12. Comiso turns the corner.
And
he's off to the races again. He's got one man to beat.
In front of him.
And he is into the end zone.
It's good.
And we're going to check the field to see if we have any of those nasty little yellow handkerchiefs. We overlooked the last one. I'm not seeing any penalty indicated, and the points are on the scoreboard. So touchdown Aces. 3:49 to go in quarter number 1. And Comiso loping it in from about 48 yards away, puts the Aces on the board and ties it up at 6. Mason Comiso, that's his second long run of the day. The first one got called back because of a holding call, but at least we're not at a high altitude. He won't have to hit the 0-2. Comiso battling forward, and the two-point conversion's good. Another strong run from Camaso, and that puts the Aces on top. 8-6, 3:49 to go in quarter number one. Junior high football here on HIX-TV. Again, it's called an 8th grade game, but it's not strictly speaking. The Aces have 3 7th graders who have excelled and are here and they're dressed and might see some playing time. They are freshmen Landon Turnbull, Boston Hootman, and Chase Railing. So we'll see whether they get some playing time or not. But right now, again, principally the 8th graders working the field for the Aces. And again, under the auspices of head coach Josh Freese, who's done a great job with these young men. Junior high cheerleaders are down here working hard, too. Wearing the red and black, bundled up a little bit. Like I said, it's a little on the cool side today. It's fall weather. It's good football weather.
My mic has been moved in front of my mouth now. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. I thought you seemed like you had a little low volume there in a couple of your comments. High snap, and it's loose. And Wayne Trace quarterback able to fall on it. But that's going to drop them back to about the 30-yard line, so a 5-yard loss on the bobbled snap for the Raiders. Again, we weren't able to get a roster for the Wayne Trace team, so we're just able to identify them by their numbers. Their quarterback is number 7. Pitches out to his favorite running back, number 35.
Just turns the corner, maybe 5 yards.
It looks like he's going to make it out to about the 34, so give him 4 on the carry. That'll make it 3rd and 11. Some quick substitutions for the Aces on that defensive line, keeping them fresh.
And really, Coach Freese can do that. They've got almost as many boys here on the sideline as they do for the varsity.
Rolling out. And that was
Nothing
just nothing doing there. He had a defender jumping up in his face. That was Hunter Betts, by the way, number 21, that almost got him and just jumped into the air and totally blocked his view. So he just sort of threw it as an alley-oop pass to try to get over Betts' head as on a prayer, basically. Nobody there. It falls to the ground incomplete. It'll be 4th and 11. And the Raiders going for it. 2:47. Fake handoff. They give it to number 5. Number 5, first down yardage and more. He's up the sidelines, and it's a foot race now. They're going to dive and drag him down inside the 15-yard line. A nice run on 4th and 11. Picks up the 11 yards they need and then some, and the Raiders take it all the way down to about the 13-yard line, it looks like. We'll see where they officially mark it. And it'll be 1st and 10 Raiders from the Aces. Yeah, it looks like about the 14-yard line. High snap, but number 7 drags it in, hands it off to number 3, and he bumps and bangs and bounces off a few defenders and gets down inside the 5. That's going to be close to first down yardage. He picks up about 9, call it 2nd and 1 from the 4. Another kind of high snap, hand off to number 3. He jukes his way a little bit closer.
They're like unpiling everyone to see if it was good or not.
He doesn't make it into the end zone, but that's going to give him a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. So the Raiders bounce right back after the Aces touchdown, and they're knocking on the door once again. 1:58 to go in quarter number 1. Looking to punch it home. Number 3 heads for the end zone. He's in. Touchdown Raiders. So Wayne Trace, just like that, retakes the lead, 12-8. I'm sure that they're going to go for 2 here. Snap to number 35, gets the handoff, and he's going to be brought down shy of the goal line. So for the second time, the 2-point conversion is unsuccessful for the Wayne Trace Raiders, and the score remains Wayne Trace 12, Aces 8. Wayne Trace with the 4-point lead. They'll move the ball back to the 35-yard line, and the Aces will get ready to go back on offense. With under 2 minutes to go here in our opening quarter. Aces will break huddle. Get ready to head back on offense. Jacob Miller takes the snap, spins around, puts the ball in the air. It's kind of a dying swan, sort of a wounded duck. Falls incomplete. Wayne Trace, number 5, trying to look like he scooped it up, but didn't fool the officials. Pass incomplete. That'll make it 2nd and 10 for Hicksville. Didn't have a lot on that ball. It looks like it might have slipped in his hand as he was trying to throw it.
Not a lot of height on either team, really, is there? I mean, they're junior high boys, but they're kind of...
Well, they've got some growing to do, and they will.
I was about to say...
Pitch back to Comiso. Comiso breaks across the line of scrimmage and gets some positive yardage out near the 40.
Looks like they got about 4 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 6, maybe?
Comiso looks like he picked up, just about 4. We'll say 3rd and 6. Isaac Strubing, number 13, bringing in the play from the sideline. He breaks out wide along with number 22, Eric Chapman. And throws
lateral
to Comiso. Comiso, little juke move. Reverses his field, gets away from a couple, drops the football.
Oh, Wayne Trace.
And Wayne Trace picks it up, number 35. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. Comiso doing a little shake and bake, and he shook off a few defenders and looked like he was going to maybe work himself free for some solid positive yardage, but he gets stripped of the ball, and it's scooped up by number 35 for the Raiders, who rockets down the field and into the end zone to put the Raiders up by 10 now, 18-8. Wayne Trace, quarterback number 7. Number 3 is behind him, dotting the I. 3 wide receivers out. They're going to go for one of them. Number 35 catches the ball, and he's brought down, but not before he breaks the plane, and the 2-point conversion successful this time. And that puts the Raiders up by 12, now 20-8.
35 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yep, so the lost fumble translates to points for the Raiders. And the Aces are going to take a timeout, their first of the half. Coach Freese wants to go over things with his squad, and I'm sure one of the things he's going to be repeating to them is that old football mantra, hang on to the ball, hang on to the ball. So they'll put it at the 35-yard line and come out of this timeout. We'll get ready to wrap up quarter number 1 and see if the Aces can gain back some of the ground that they've lost here in the last 3.5 minutes. Aces will be down 2 scores. Again, a 12-point deficit. Could be worse, though. Again, Wayne Trace 3 touchdowns, but their first 2 attempts at 2-point conversions failed. So 20-8 is better than 24-8. So here come the Aces. Again, their quarterback, Jacob Miller, 8th grader wearing number 10. And in motion, handoff to number 8, Braden Langham.
Saw it coming, though, brought down at the line of scrimmage.
He gains 0. That'll make it 2nd and 10. Aces waiting for the call from the sideline. They're using up a lot of that play clock. They're just going to let the game clock expire. That's the end of the first quarter. They had more time on the play clock than was left on the game clock, so they'll just let time expire, and we'll switch ends of the field, and we'll be get ready for quarter number 2 with the Aces down at the end of 1 to the Wayne Trace Raiders, 20-8. And while we've got some time between quarters, we'll take some time, as we always do, to say a big thank you to our football broadcast underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, and Jim Schmidt Ford right here in Hicksville, Ohio. If you're in the market for a vehicle, whether it's brand spanking new or pre-owned, be it a car, truck, van, or SUV, you owe it to yourself to stop by and see the friendly folks at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships. Terrific service before, during, and after the sale. And if you're not sure, if you're not able to make that trip out, you still want to check it out, you can do that because of JimSchmidtAuto.com. Log on to their website. You can check out the complete selection they have on the lots at all their dealerships. And again, if you don't see what it is you're looking for, let the fine folks at Jim Schmidt know what it is you're interested in, and they'll do their level best to find you exactly the vehicle that you want. We're so proud to have their continuing support for all of our Aces sports broadcasts in the 2015-16 school year. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Back in action, quarter number 2. There's the snap. Miller dropping back. Pass. Caught. And that's Comiso. And Comiso's turning on the Jets. And just like that, they're back into the end zone. What a head of steam. Comiso is fast. He is a fast young man, and he knows where to go. I mean, he sees the seams. He breaks through. That's the 3rd long run from scrimmage that he has had into the end zone. The first one didn't count because of a holding call, but he punches it back into the end zone. And just like that, it's a 6-point game. Aces even it up a little bit. It's still a Wayne Trace lead, but it's now 20-14, and the Aces going to try to whittle into that lead a little more right now. Miller. Hand off to Comiso again. Comiso powering forward and into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. So Comiso adds 2 more to the tally, and it's back to being a 4-point game. Raiders still on top, but the Aces have closed the gap significantly. It's 20-16, Wayne Trace. So the Aces have shown that it doesn't matter whether they're going left to right or right to left. They can motor it down the field with no problem. And now we'll get to our first look at the Raiders going in the opposite direction here in this second quarter as the ball will be placed again, a 35-yard line. That's the way they do it at the junior high level. And speaking of the lower grades playing football, we want to say congratulations to Sean Bergman and his 5th and 6th grade football team who are getting ready to, they're going to be, I guess, playing in their championship game coming up here shortly. So we want to wish them the very best of luck. Number 7, the quarterback for Wayne Trace. High snap goes through his hands. People are diving for it. I think the Raiders got it back.
I think so. It was one of his backs.
Yeah, but there was an ace right there in the mix, too. It's going to stay with Wayne Trace, but that's going to drop him back 6 yards to the 29-yard line and make it 2nd and 16.
Wayne Trace frantically checking their armbands.
Yeah, not sure about that play. Puts a man in motion. Another high snap. Handoff, misdirection. It's number 35. And he takes advantage of the people moving the wrong direction. Shakes one tackle, not the second, and he's finally brought down at about the 20-yard line. It looks like it's going to be about the 22 on the far side of the field. So number 35, we don't know the young man's name, but he's been getting the job done for the Wayne Trace Raiders this afternoon as well. Another great run for that young man, as it'll be 1st and 10 Wayne Trace from the 22-yard line. Handoff, that's to number 3. Number 3 powering his way forward, stays on his feet and gets down to about the 15-yard line. Pickup of about 7. That'll make it 2nd and about 3. Snap, number 7, dropping back to pass, puts the ball in the air. It's caught by number 3. He's corralled almost immediately and brought down, but I think he's got the first down. And then some, as he's brought down around the 10-yard line. Just inside the 10-yard line, because it's 1st and goal for the Raiders. So the Aces needing to put together a stop here defensively. Both teams have been doing really well offensively, moving down the field.
Oh, that was not good.
And that was
it was supposed to be a sack, but I don't think it actually.
Braden Langham burst through, got his hands around the quarterback, got a hold of his jersey. Wasn't able to bring him down, but was able to, restrict his movement enough that he wasn't able to complete the pass. Don't get the sack, but they do get the incompletion. It's 2nd and goal. Number 7, reverse to number 5.
He's booking it.
He's angling towards the end zone.
And he's in.
And he is in. Touchdown Raiders. So the misdirection working well for Wayne Trace as well as the Aces this afternoon, as the Raiders take it into the end zone to go back up by 10, 26-16, with their 2-point conversion attempt pending. Number 7 has receivers out on either side. Number 35 dotting the eye behind him. High snap. Number 35 scoops it up. He's trying to reverse his field and get away from defenders. And he's going to be taken down way back at about the 27-yard line. So the 2-point conversion fails, and it stays a 10-point game, as the Aces will get ready to get the ball back on their own 35-yard line. So if the Aces, they had it cut to a 4-point lead. If the Aces can march it down the field and get it into the end zone and complete another 2-point conversion, they'll be able to close it to 2. Slowly start working their way back into the game. And I said so far the Aces have not been able to put a defensive stop on the Raiders, but they have managed to be pretty consistent in preventing them from scoring on the 2-point conversion after their touchdowns. So the teams break huddles. Have a little bit of a break here after the score. 6:12 to go before halftime, and again, Wayne Trace leading by 10, 26-16. Junior high basketball on this Tuesday afternoon on Hicksville Community Television. Well, I should say being recorded on this Tuesday afternoon. May well be another day of the week or time of the day when you're watching it on HIX-TV or on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. Miller spins around, double fake, pass, caught. Comiso
going
off to the races again. One man with a chance to get him.
And he's past him.
And Comiso is going to
into the end zone and
lope into the end zone for the I think that's the third time now this afternoon. Touchdown Aces. And it's back to a 4-point game, 26-22. And the Aces with the extra point attempt, or the 2-point conversion attempt, to close it to just a 2-point deficit. They'll send in Travian Tunis, number 1. Coming out, number 14, Austin Gillespie. All these young men playing hard. 5:58 to go here. 3 backs surrounding quarterback Miller. Miller hands it off, number 8. Forward, and he's going to be brought up just a little bit short. Langham with the carry. And he makes it down to about the half-foot line, but he is brought down short. 2-point conversion fails, so it remains a 4-point deficit for the Aces. 22-26, Wayne Trace on top. And again, 5:58 to go before halftime. And again, the Aces looking for that defensive stop. They'd like nothing better than to be able to hold Wayne Trace to a 3-and-out here and be able to get the ball back, as well as their offense has been working. They might be able to take the lead. Either that or just enough pressure to maybe cause a turnover. Again, Wayne Trace has almost coughed it up a couple of times, a couple of bad snaps. And working out of the shotgun, their center has had a tendency to give their quarterback high snaps so far this afternoon. A couple of them have gotten away from him. Their quarterback, number 7, backing out, working out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers on either side. Takes the snap, rolls out quickly. Ball in the air, caught by number 3. He's wrapped up and brought down across the 40-yard line at about the 42. Pickup of about 7. So we'll make it 2nd and 3. Snap. Number 7 hands it off to number 3. Nothing doing. Oh, he gets away. I thought for sure they had him back at the 40-yard line for about a 2-yard loss. It looks like he probably got himself back out close to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be timeout Wayne Trace. They're going to be facing a 3rd and 3 from their own 42-yard line when we come back into action. And like I said, it looked like with the handoff, the Aces were going to drop him for a couple yards loss, but he managed to squeeze away from them. And the Raiders will use their first timeout of the half, both squads with 2 timeouts remaining. They can stop the clock a couple times each in this last 5 minutes and 14 seconds before halftime. Raiders will break huddle first. And again, the Aces really looking for the stop here. Of course, so far, doesn't matter where they are on the field, the Raiders have been in 4-down territory, so it'll be a couple of plays they'll need to stop them short of the 45-yard line here. Quarterback number 7. Quick handoff. Nope, it's a pass. Caught by number 3. Looking for first down yardage. And he stopped short.
Mm-hmm.
He stopped short, about a foot short. It'll be 4th and 1, though I guess really it'll be more like 4th
and about
6 inches. Nope, they're going to give him a nice spot. And a first down. So,
but they're waving that off.
So a fortuitous spot, because from our vantage point here in the press box, he was about a foot short of the 45-yard line when he went down. But first and 10 Raiders at their own 45. Quarterback number 7, handoff to 35. 35 working his way through traffic, escapes a couple of tackles, and finally brought down at about the 48-yard line. by the Aces. Make that 2nd and 7, pickup of about 3. Now they're going to give them 4. 2nd and 6 from the 49-yard line. Snap, dropping back, looking to throw. Ball in the air. It's going to be short. No good. That'll make it 3rd and 6. And again, nothing on that ball. It just sort of died halfway to the receiver and drops to the turf about 3 feet in front of him. So 3rd and 6 for the Wayne Trace Raiders. Again, Ace is looking to put a stop on him here defensively. Dropping back, ball caught by number 3. He's across midfield and taken out of bounds at about the Aces' 48-yard line. And, gets...
I was going to say, kind of cuts a swath through the 5 cheerleaders.
I guess that's one way to introduce yourself to the cheerleaders from the other team. He'll be about 2 yards shy of the first down. Let's see where they're going to mark it at the Aces' 48-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 3 for the Raiders. And they are taking another timeout, it looks like. Indeed they are. So Wayne Trace will talk about this one again. And that'll leave them just 1 timeout left here in this first half. And we are glad to have you here with us and happy to be able to get some coverage of the junior high level of football here on HIX-TV. Our primary focus, as of course, is with the varsity team, but there are also the JV players and the junior high players, the 5th and 6th grade players, and we like to be able to shine the spotlight on them every once in a while as well. Quarterback keeper number 7.
Nothing doing.
Is going to be brought up short. So it looks like the Aces stop them, and they are going to turn it over on downs. Their quarterback needed to get across the Aces 45-yard line, and he only made it to the 47. So Hicksville, good field position as they take over on downs. Down by 4, 26-22, 3:40 before halftime, and the Aces looking to use the opportunity to retake the lead. I should say take the lead for the first time. First score in the game was by the Raiders. They've led high snap, and it's a keeper from Miller. Miller's going to get the first down. Yep. Sort of bangs and spins his way to the 43-yard line of the Wayne Trace Raiders. That'll move the chains. 3:33 to go before halftime. Chains moved and placed, and they'll restart the clock. Play being brought in by number 13, Isaac Strubing. Miller takes the snap, handoff. Number 8, powering his way forward. Langham, he's still on his feet. Look at him move the pile. Langham all the way down to the 30-yard line.
The entire
My goodness,
field.
Braden Langham.
All 22 of them.
It's like one of those guys you see in the commercials. They hook the pickup truck to him, and the guy just pulls the whole thing along with the pickup truck and two steers in the back or something like that. What an effort.
The endeavor, yeah.
The second effort, Langham takes him down to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Aces. Miller caught over the middle. Nice route.
And that should be good.
And I think that was Eric Chapman, number 22, making the grab.
Oh, they're going to say it was about
And a pickup of about 8. Yeah, so 8 yards on the catch and run. 2nd and 2 for the Aces. Man in motion. And that's going to be number 8 once again.
And he's just going.
Into the end zone.
It's good.
Touchdown. Braden Langham.
Aces take the lead.
Puts the Aces on top for the first time this afternoon, 28-26. Extra point conversion pending. 2:19 to go before halftime. And after getting him that first down, you kind of had to give the ball to Braden Langham to give him a crack at the end zone.
He deserved it.
He was not going to be denied. So Aces will break huddle. Again, Langham, Comiso surrounding quarterback Miller. He hands it to Comiso this time. Comiso powering forward, just a little short, no good. So it's going to be a 2-point lead for the Aces as Comiso's brought up short on the 2-point attempt. But the Aces take the lead for the first time on this cloudy, breezy, cool autumn afternoon. It's Hicksville leading Wayne Trace in this junior high football game, 28-26. And both teams will huddle up a little bit as they get ready for the change of possession. As we go into the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds before halftime, again, just to update, the Aces still have 2 timeouts that they can utilize in this first half. The Wayne Trace Raiders have used 2 of their 3 timeouts. They only have 1 timeout remaining. And the Aces back on defense, looking to put the stop on the Raiders one more time. Cheerleaders are revved up down there on the sideline.
Trying to stay warm.
All right, Wayne Trace back in action, number 7. Quarterback keeper pitches it at the last minute to number 5. Number 5 makes it around. Whoa! Looks like he was off to the races, then he got stopped at about the 41-yard line. Pickup of about 6. Maybe they'll give him 7 on forward progress. Nope, 6. Somebody got a hold of him, but good. And he went over to the sideline and promptly collapsed. So he is down on the far sideline, and we're going to have an official timeout here.
He's gesturing at his thigh. Maybe his hamstring?
I'm not sure, but he got yanked. He got hit hard. He went down.
And he's not
and they did not make it off the field of play, so they have the official stoppage here. 1:56 before halftime with a Raider down on the field. And we'll step aside here quickly and pause for a moment. We'll be back when, well, maybe not. They got him up.
They got him up.
So
and he's walking off
number
with his own
5
power.
Gets up and walks out. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him because he took a hard hit. I mean, he was moving forward and then he was not. He was moving backwards, and it was quite a shift of momentum. Still managed to pick up 6. So it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. We'll get back in action. So their quarterback, number 7, takes the snap, drops back looking to throw. Number 12 makes the catch. He sheds a tackle and gets first down yardage out near the 50-yard line. They're going to bring him down at about the 48 of the Wayne Trace Raiders. They'll move the chains and start the clock up again. 1:36 to go before halftime. So Raiders running their 2-minute drill. Handoff number 35, and again he finds a nice seam, gets to the sideline, and is brought down at about the 25-yard line, it looks like, yeah. 1:22 to go.
Yep, they're going to see the 25.
Those are the football rests on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Another snap. This time it's number 3 that gets the handoff. And number 3
see him coming.
Gets met by the Aces. He might have got about a yard.
I think they're going to keep him on the line of scrimmage.
No, it looks like they're going to give him a couple.
I don't know. The kid with the number on the stick isn't moving.
Yep, they move him forward to about the
Yeah, they're going to give him about 2.
23-yard line, so 2nd and 8. And a handoff to number 35. They grab him around the ankles at the 20-yard line. And he'll pick up down to the 19. So it'll be 3rd and 4. Number 35. And they get him, and he's going to be dropped. Nope, he's still on his feet. I thought they were going to drop him for a loss, but they're going to bring him down right at about the line of scrimmage.
Brings him about 4th and...
Now, let's see, it looks like they're going to, and it'll be a timeout.
About 4th and 5.
So they'll mark the ball at the 20, so that's going to be a loss of a couple. It'll be 4th and 5.
And I think
And that'll be the last timeout for the Wayne Trace Raiders. 19 seconds left in this half. Raiders down by 2. They've got a 4th and 5. And they would really like to be able to get back into the end zone here and put some more points on the board to take the lead into the locker room at halftime. Aces, of course, want to prevent them from getting those 5 yards. So here we go. Raiders break huddle, and so do the Aces, and we're ready for this big 4th down play. Number 7 dropping back, ball in the air, intercepted. A one-hand interception.
Number 5.
That was number 5. That's one of the 7th graders, Landon Turnbull, getting a chance to play and making the most of it. Turnbull with a one-handed pickoff.
And he's still holding the ball.
And that's going to change possession. That puts an end to the Raiders' drive. 14 seconds left before halftime, and it'll be the Aces' ball. 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Aces breaking huddle. The Raiders cannot stop the clock, so if the Aces wanted to, they could take a knee here and go into the halftime locker room with a 2-point lead. Lateral, and then a throw ahead over the head of number 22, the intended receiver.
8 seconds on the clock.
Eric Chapman. The clock will stop on the incompletion. It was a lateral, and I think they threw it over to Langham, and then Langham put it in the air and tried to get it to Chapman, overthrew him just a little bit. So a little bit of a razzle-dazzle play, and why not? I mean, you had 14 seconds before halftime, you're in the lead. The other team can't stop the clock.
Aces take a timeout.
And the Aces are going to take their second timeout with, again, 8 seconds left on the halftime clock, or the second quarter clock. We'll talk things over and see what they want to do. If they're going to try to run a play here. Because if they manage to get the ball to Comiso and get Comiso some running room, 8 seconds is more than enough time for Comiso to go 80 yards into the end zone. Or are they going to just take the knee, take the 2-point lead into the locker room? Well, that's why they pay Coach Freese the big money to make those decisions and not me. We'll see what the Aces decide to do here and come out of this timeout. Again, ball on the 21-yard line as a result of a interception by Landon Turnbull. That put an end to the Wayne Trace drive. Miller. He's got Comiso, and he's got Langham. He's dropping back to throw, and he's going to change his mind. He's going to take off. And they're going to bring him down at about the 25-yard line, and that's the end of the first half. So whatever play it was they were going to try to run, the Aces, it doesn't happen, but they don't turn it over, and they are brought down, and that is the end of the first half of this junior high football game. At halftime, it's the Aces leading the Wayne Trace Raiders 28-26. We'll take a break, but Kate and I will be back. We'll have the second half of action for you coming up on HIX-TV. Welcome back after 13-minute halftime. The halftime for the junior high, 10 minutes. There's no bands or anything going on, and then a 3-minute warm-up. And we are ready to resume play in quarter number 3, 8 minutes on the clock. And again, the Aces leading the Wayne Trace Raiders 28-26. And Hicksville with the ball to start off quarter number 3. Miller, the quarterback, pitching out to number 8. Number 8 turns the corner, and Langham is gone. And it looks like we might have a flag back at the 50-yard line. So we started off with a touchdown run in quarter number 1 that was called back on as a result of the foul, and it's going to be a hold against the Aces. Yes, indeed it is.
All the way back on the 40.
And looks like they threw the flag at the 40-yard line. So if it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, if that's the spot of the foul, that's going to move the Aces back to about the 30, and they'll have a first and 15. So it's a net loss of 5, but it erases Langham's touchdown run of 65 yards. So the Aces will try again. First and 15, back now at their own 30-yard line. Miller takes the snap. He's going to hang on to himself as another flag gets thrown. And that's going to be a false start, so that's going to back him up 5 more and make it first and 20. And one of the Aces down. That's number 8, it looks like. It looks like that might be Langham. Nope, I take it back. It's not Langham. I see him standing there. So I'm not sure who is on the turf.
He's grabbing at his helmet.
So we'll see.
Oh, is that Doc Haggerty? Did he come out, or do we not have a trainer?
They're looking him over. They're going to march it off, and it'll take it back. The ball will now be at the 25-yard line, and it'll be first and 20 for the Aces when play resumes. Again, working on a 2-point lead. Doc Haggerty out there looking at the injured Ace.
I can't tell what he's poking at, if it's his ankle or knee or...
I'm not exactly sure either. But he's in good hands. And while we've got a pause in the action, we'll step aside here, and we will get back when play resumes. Oh, no, they're going to get him out.
There he goes.
I'm going to remember that. All I have to do is say that we're going to take a break and come back when play resumes, when we have an injured player, and that'll be the cue that they have to get him up.
And he's not putting any weight on that left
So he's
foot.
skimping off a little bit, and he's, the more he walks, now he's started with no weight on it. Now he's putting weight on it. And that's Dylan Meek, number 60. So he'll walk off under his own power and putting a little more weight on it by the time he got to the edge of the field is when he first started the walk. So we'll resume play. 7:41 to go here in quarter number 3. Jacob Miller. And they're going to take a timeout because nobody knew what was going on. A lot of confusion.
There are 10 aces on the field right now.
Amongst the Aces. They got 11 out there now. So a lot of confusion amongst the Aces after that injury pause. And as a result, they burn a timeout early in this third quarter. And again, still 7:41 to go in quarter number 3. Breeze picking up a little bit, and again, some low-lying clouds moving over. There's no rain in the forecast. Radar indicating that there is some light rain to the north of us, but nothing being indicated around here. So we have been told that there's some occasional sprinkles out there, but nothing too bad. Pitch back to Langham. Langham churning those legs. Gets close to the 30-yard line before he's taken down. They'll mark him at the 29.
So
second and about 16. Play being brought in. Jody Gipple, number 6. Chapman will come out quickly. Aces get into their formation. Miller puts the ball in the air, caught by Langham. Langham off to the races. He's going down the sidelines, pulling away from everybody. They dive, but they miss, and he is into the end zone. Braden Langham, touchdown Aces. And that puts him up on top now, 34-26.
8 points.
And with a successful 2-point conversion, they could go up by 10. Coach Freese having a quick conversation with Eric Chapman, and he sends Chapman into the huddle. The Aces will see what they can do to make this 2-point conversion happen. Tunis will come out. Chapman comes in. Another quick substitution as one of the freshmen, Chase Railing, heads into the game, number 70. Snap, handoff, Langham, in. 2-point conversion is good. And the Aces go up by 10, 36-26, 6:45 left to go in quarter number 3. So the Aces come out of the locker room, and they have their first possession. They get hampered by a couple of penalties. They get backed up of the 1st and 20, but they overcome, and they make it into the end zone for the 10-point lead, 36-26. Now the Raiders will get ready for their first offensive crack at the ball in this second half. They'll place it at the 35-yard line. And the Hicksville crowd rooting on the Aces defense here. Snap, quarterback number 7 drops back, puts the ball in the air, caught by number 35. He's corralled, spin move, gets away from the first wave, but not the second. And it looks like they took him down after a pickup of maybe 6 inches. The ball was right on the 35-yard line. It looks like they're gonna spot it, and they're gonna give him a yard out to the 36. So 2nd and 9 for the Raiders. Their quarterback, number 7, handoff. Again, making his way through, first down yardage and a little bit more, and he steps out of bounds across the 50 at about the Aces' 46, 47-yard line. Going out of bounds, will stop the clock. place the ball at the Aces 47. First and 10 for the Raiders. Number 3 gets the handoff. He's got a first down. He's corralled and dropped at about the 30-yard line, maybe the 29. And if you're just joining us, we do have a roster with names and numbers for the Aces, but we did not get one from the Wayne Trace Raiders, which is why, if you are just tuning in and you're wondering why we're not identifying Wayne Trace players by name, that's the reason why. We don't know their names. Snap. Handoff, number 36 again, and nothing doing that time. He's going to be dropped. He might have even lost half a yard. They're going to put it back at the 30, so make it 2nd and 11. So a 1-yard loss on the run. The Raiders have 2nd and 11 now. Number 7 dropping back, looking to throw, and he evades the grass, manages to toss it over to number 3, who catches it and is dragged down for another loss. It would have been better to just have the incomplete pass. Of course, it might have been intentional grounding since he was not out of the box. So
never seen that at a high school game.
So 3rd and 17 now for the Raiders. Quarterback 7, ball in the air, intercepted.
Interception.
Ball's picked off by Travian Tunis. Tunis returns the ball back out about the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark it officially. Well, that'll be, they'll say the 29-yard line. That's where the Aces will take over. 1st and 10. So the second interception of the night for the Aces. The first one put a stop to a very threatening Wayne Trace drive late in the second quarter. And this one gets them the ball back deep in their own end of the field, but still they put a stop to the Raiders' drive. Aces looking to add to their 10-point lead. Miller puts a man in motion. That's Tunis. Miller, pass, caught, taken down by the ankles. Nice defensive play. Eric Chapman made the catch. He gets out across the 35-yard line. And they wrap him up and bring him down at the 37. That'll be 2nd and about 2. 2nd and 3 for the Aces as the third quarter clock continues to roll. Just about halfway through the third quarter here. Miller again puts a man in motion. Snap. Hands off to number 8, Mr. Langham. Langham, first down yardage. And he powers.
To take 3 defenders with him.
He powers his way out to midfield. So Braden Langham showing his muscle. He's been the Iron Man this afternoon. He drags 3 defenders with him across the 50-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 Aces. Hicksville content to let that clock keep rolling. They're up by 10. Jacob Miller takes the snap, pitches it back to Comiso. Comiso turns the corner, bounces off of one defender.
And he takes 3 of them with him.
And I think that, I'm not sure if they're going to call that a fumbler now. Yeah, they are. They say that before he was down, he dropped the ball, and it was grabbed by the Raiders. So I thought he was down, and the ball was taken out of his hands after he was brought down. But the officials say otherwise, so just like that, we'll go the other way. And the Raiders recover a fumble and get it 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line. Handoff to number 35, who's brought down at midfield, the Aces' 49-yard line. where it'll be second and about 3. And quarterback handing off to number 3. First down yardage, and he's going to be brought down, and there'll be a flag thrown. And that's going to be against the Raiders, a block in the back. Back them up 10 yards.
Bring up 2nd and 11.
Make that 2nd and 11. Snap, number 7. His pass to number 12 is good. He's going to be wrapped up. He's still moving and brought down at about the 46-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd and about 8 for the Wayne Trace Raiders, as we're approaching 2.5 minutes left to go in quarter number 3. Snap. Drops back to pass, and the ball is tipped and picked off.
Aces.
Caught on the deflection and brought down at the 39-yard line. Interception on the rebound by Luke Chamberlain. Chamberlain in the right place at the right time. The ball was deflected. It went high into the air, came down, and Chamberlain grabbed it before it hit the ground. So the Aces, with another turnover, looking to capitalize now. 2:21 to go in quarter number 3. Aces excited crew after that turnover. So here we go, back on offense. Miller pitches it back to Comiso. On the reverse, and they put it in the air, and it's caught by Langham. And
He's
Langham
still going.
takes it down to the 25-yard line. The pass was, well, they actually handed it off to Tunis, and then Tunis threw the ball.
I was about to say, to recap, they snapped the ball.
Yeah, it was Miller to
the quarterback,
to Comiso, to Tunis, to Langham.
Got there in the end.
So Langham, catching the pass from Tunis, takes it down to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 Aces. Snap, spin move, hand off again to Langham.
He's still going.
Langham down to near the 16-yard line, where it will be 2nd and about 2, pickup of 8 for Braden. .90 seconds left in quarter number 3. A fast-moving third quarter. Miller takes the snap, spins around. He's still got the ball. Miller hangs on to it, heads towards the end zone, and is taken down at about the 5-yard line. They might give him forward progress to the 4. We'll see where they mark it. But it'll be 1st and goal for the Aces, and they'll say that he rolled down and touched the knee at the 4-yard line. So Jacob Miller, some good positive yardage, and he gives the Aces a 1st and goal from the 4. Aces line up looking to punch it in one more time this afternoon. Miller, high snap, hangs onto it, puts the ball in the air, off the hands, and incomplete. They were attempting to get it to Chapman, And it was off Chapman's hand, so that'll make it 2nd and goal from the 4. Travian Tunis going back into the huddle now. Some substitutions going on for the Raiders as well. Clock stops with 41 seconds left in the 3rd quarter with the incomplete pass. Jacob Miller hands it off, looking to turn the corner, nothing doing. He's maybe even going to lose.
Oh, there's the flag.
Yep, there's a flag on the play. The handoff went to Tunis. And Tunis looks like he might have lost a couple of yards. We'll see what the flag is. And they're going to indicate it against the Aces. And it's going to be a personal foul of the 15-yard variety.
Ugh.
So
must have been a late hit or something.
Either that or maybe a chop block of some kind. I'm not sure. But that backs the Aces all the way up to the 20-yard line, where it will be 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal from the 20 for the Aces. Leading by 10, 16 seconds left in the quarter. Miller takes the snap, drops back, rolls out, puts the ball in the air, caught. Langham evades one defender, heads towards the end zone, and he's in. Touchdown Aces. So the personal foul and the 15-yard walk-off doesn't matter. Aces punch it in. 42-26. 6 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter, and another 2-point conversion attempt pending. So the Aces break huddle, and they'll try to put 2 more on the scoreboard here. I think it was kept by Miller. Nope. Handed off to Comiso, and Comiso's brought up about a yard shy. So the 2-point conversion fails, and the Aces lead now by 16, 42-26. And we'll get ready to put the ball at the 35-yard line and have the Raiders go back on offense. They might get one play off here before the 3rd quarter ends. Aces getting ready to head back on defense. Again, the Aces faithful, rooting on their defense. We get another stop here. High snap, bobbled. Number 35 comes up with it. And he's going to be brought down at about the line of scrimmage. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Raiders when we come back for the final 8 minutes of football tonight. And as we get ready for the 4th and final quarter, we'll say another big thank you to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, our football broadcast underwriters here on Hicksville Community Television, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford, the Jim Schmidt Truck Lot, and of course online at jimschmidtauto.com. They're the ones that make it possible for us to cover all of the Aces sports action that we do here on HIX-TV. So you see Jim or his lovely wife or any of his employees, make sure you let them know how much you enjoy being able to watch the Aces sports broadcast here on HIX-TV and on the HIX-TV YouTube channel. They're the ones that make it possible. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. And we are going to have to say adieu to Kate Murphy here for this fourth quarter, as she has another event that she needs to get to, but we appreciate her helping through the first three quarters of this game. And so for the final quarter here, this last 8 minutes, it's going to be me running the camera and telling you what's happening. So you may have to bear with me every now and then as we'll try to keep things going. Quarterback number 7 takes the throw. Ball is almost intercepted again. It'll be incomplete. Goes to the turf, and with the incompletion, it'll be 3rd and 9. For the Raiders. Wide receivers out on either side, working out of the shotgun. Handoff. And he's going to be dropped. It was number 35, and he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage at about the 31-yard line. And the Raiders are going to call a timeout. That'll be their first timeout of this second half, as they are going to need to talk about it, as they've got a 4th and 14 staring them in the face right now. They are down by 16, so they're going to probably, well, I don't know if they're going to go for it or not. You would think. We haven't seen much in the way of any type of punting or anything. So the Raiders talking things over and seeing what they can come up with to try to overcome this 4th and long that is staring them in the face. Again, they'll have the ball on their own 31-yard line, and they need to get to the 45-yard line to move the chains. So 14 yards between them and keeping this, sustaining this offensive drive. They'll break huddle, and we'll see what they come up with. So here come the Raiders, facing a 4th and 14 here in the fourth quarter of this junior high football game. Number 7 takes the snap, pitches it back. Ball is in the air and incomplete. It was a good try, and the Raiders are going to give it up on downs. They snapped the ball to, I think it was number 3, and he pitched it back to number 7, their regular quarterback, who put it in the air, but incomplete pass. And the Aces take over on downs with excellent field position at the Wayne Trace Raiders 31-yard line. They're up by 16. And they're getting the correct personnel in. Aces quick huddle. 7:35 to go here in this football game. Miller takes the snap, spins around, he hangs onto the ball, puts the ball in the air, over the head of number 22, and it falls incomplete, off the hands of Eric Chapman. But Chapman not able to pull it in, so it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Raiders, or excuse me, for the Aces. Second and 10 for Hicksville. Oops, bumping the camera here. Number 12 gets the ball. Langham, and loses his balance. They got just enough of his lower leg to sort of put him off balance, and Comiso, number 12, just only able to get about 5 yards on the carry. Down to the 26-yard line. 3rd and 5 for the Aces. They'll send in the play. Getting ready, and this time Langham takes the snap. Langham hands onto it himself. Langham, first down yardage, and he's still on his feet. He powers down to near the 15-yard line. Inside the 15-yard line, let's see where they mark him down. And it looks to be at about the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Aces. Man in motion. And again, a handoff. Not much there. That was Strubing, Isaac Strubing, number 13, with the carry that time. Again, quarterbacking chores being taken over by Braden Langham here. Handoff. And there goes Comiso into the end zone. So Langham, Braden hands it off to Comiso, and Mason struts it into the end zone. Touchdown Aces. And that makes it 48-26, pending the conversion here. Aces will break huddle. Miller hands it off. And he's still on his feet, spinning, and brought down as Comiso. The extra point conversion fails. And so the score remains 48-26. Aces now up by 22 in this junior high football game with 5 minutes and 48 seconds left in regulation. So the Raiders will get the ball back. They'll place it at their 35-yard line. And we'll get ready for another Wayne Trace offensive stanza here. It was all Raiders early on. They scored first, and they led for most of the first half. The Aces able to take the lead late in the first half and hang on to a 2-point lead at halftime. And since we have come back after the second half, for the second half, it has been all Hicksville. They have done all the scoring, and the Raiders have been shut out here in this second half. Quarterback, number 7. Wide receivers out, puts the ball in the air, caught. Taken down just across the 40-yard line at the far end side of the field. Pickup of 6, make it 2nd and 4. Actually, they're going to say he got 7, so it'll be 2nd and 3. For the Raiders. Another high snap. 7 drags it in. Pass to number 3 is incomplete through his hands. And it hits the turf, so that'll make it 3rd and 3 for Wayne Trace. Snap to number 7. Handoff to number 35. He's powering forward, and that'll move the chains. Good for the first down as he takes it across midfield to the Aces' 46-yard line. First and 10, Wayne Trace. They'll move the chains and restart the clock. Here come the Raiders. They're on the Aces side of the field now. Snap to number 7. And again, handoff. That's down to the 40-yard line for number 36. Pickup of about 6. Make it 2nd and 4 for the Raiders. High snap over the quarterback's head. It's going to be Aces ball, I think. No, maybe not. There's a scrum. The ball's squirting around all over in there, and they're indicating that the Aces recover. It looked like Hicksville had it, and then it looked like it squirted away from the Hicksville player, and it was recovered by Wayne Trace, but then it got away from him. And when all is said and done, they sort out the pile, and the Aces recover the fumble on the high snap. Another costly turnover for the Wayne Trace Raiders as they lose another opportunity to try to get back into this game. Takes the clock down to 4:15, and it's 1st and 10 Aces from the Wayne Trace 44-yard line. Aces will take the field. They'll break from their sideline huddle and then huddle up offensively here. So Miller back in at quarterback, number 10. He takes the snap. Hand off to number 21. That's Hunter Betts, and Betts might have got a yard. And they're going to say nope, brought down for no gain. So 2nd and 10. But that gets the clock rolling. We are past the halfway point here of quarter number 4, down to 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And again, the Aces can take their time, and they've got a comfortable 22-point lead there. You don't need to be in any kind of a rush here. Miller takes the snap, pitches it back. Still on his feet. Down to about the... Well, we'll see where they mark him down. Not much of a gain. It was all over the field, but it looks like he only picked up a couple of yards. Make it 3rd and 8 as they move the ball to the 43-yard line. With 3 minutes to go. Oh, that was Betts, by the way, with the carry once again, number 21, Hunter Betts. The Aces break and huddle once again. Snap. Drop back this time for Miller. Puts the ball in the air, caught. And he tiptoes down the sidelines. He manages, finally he steps out of bounds. That was Langham. And Langham steps out of bounds at the 26-yard line. He came really close, about 5 yards before that, but managed to tread carefully and stay in bounds. But finally, stepping on that white line, again down at the 26-yard line. Good enough to move the chains and give the Aces another first down. And the Wayne Trace Raiders are going to take their first timeout of this second half. That'll leave both them and the Aces with 2 timeouts each. Excuse me, check that. That was the... Yep, it was. Okay, I'm correct. For a minute there, I was second-guessing myself. Aces had to burn a timeout early in the third quarter. So now both Wayne Trace and Hicksville, 2 timeouts apiece. And again, 2:34 left to go in the contest. And the Aces leading 48-26. Junior high football, again, glad to be here. This is being recorded on Tuesday, the 13th of October. Our first chance to see the junior high squad in action. And we're glad we were able to work them into our taping and broadcast schedule. Kind of nice to get a glimpse of some of the young men that you're going to be seeing playing varsity football for the Aces coming up in a few years. So 1st and 10 for the Aces, ball on the 26-yard line. Miller takes the snap, pitches it out again to number 21, who slips. Tried to make the cut, and Betts slipped on the turf. And that'll back him up to almost the 30-yard line. So make it 2nd and long. About 12 yards, 13 yards. And Miller will come out. And it looks like one of the freshmen, number 5, Landon Turnbull, working as quarterback. And this time, number 21 stays on his feet. And Betts still on his feet, heading towards the goal line. Going to get down to about the 5-yard line, maybe even a little past that. Hunter Betts makes it 1st and goal for the Aces. From the 4-yard line, with 1:40 left to go in the contest, and the clock's still rolling. And again, Landon Turnbull, the 7th grader, wearing number 5, in at quarterback here in these last couple minutes of play. And taking that play clock down, over his head, hand off to Betts. Betts spins into the end zone. Hunter Betts takes it in from 4 yards out. Touchdown Aces. And they go up 54-26. And they'll place the ball, and we'll get ready for another conversion attempt from Hicksville. And they're going to send Miller back out, along with Travian Tunis, number 1. And Turnbull will come off the field. Snap, and he's just going to take the knee. And the 2-point conversion fails. And they'll get ready to turn it back over to the Wayne Trace Raiders. The Raiders will have the ball at their own 35-yard line. Minute 10 to go in this junior high game. And the Aces with a insurmountable lead, to be honest with you at this point, 54-26. So the Aces not needing to pile on the score. You really cannot hold it against the 7th graders get a chance to come in and play, and some of the second string players that get a chance to play late in the game. You really can't hold it against them for wanting to take the opportunity to put together some good offensive plays and maybe even score a touchdown. But they did that. There was no need to add on the extra points. Coach Freese has the game well in hand, and there's no need to add insult to injury for the Wayne Trace Raiders. These kids are out there playing hard. Number 7 hands it off to number 3, who makes his way through the Aces defenders and picks up about 7-8 yards. We'll see where they mark him. Gets out to the 42. That'll be a pickup of 7, so 2nd and 3. For the Raiders. Clock continues to roll. 45 seconds left in the game. Hand off to number 36. Number 36 gets in across midfield, and he'll be brought down at about the Aces 47, 48-yard line. I'll say the 47. They'll stop the clock long enough for them to move the chains. 35 seconds left in the game. And they'll get set, restart the clock. Quarterback number 7 hands off. Number 36 powering forward to the 40-yard line. That'll be short of first down yardage, but a pickup of about 7. Make it 2nd and 3. Ten seconds. Clock ticking. This may well be the last play of the game. Takes the snap with 3 seconds. Ball is loose on the turf. And people diving on it. Time has expired. That'll be the end of the game. Even if there is a possession change, doesn't matter. Maybe pad the stats a little bit, but that will be the end of the football game. And our final score here in this junior high matchup, it'll be the Hicksville Aces winning it 54-26. The final score. Teams will line up and shake hands and get ready to head back. It'll be kind of a long bus drive for the Wayne Trace Raiders, but they gave it all they had. A good matchup. Again, Wayne Trace pretty much in control for about the first half, or most of the first half of this contest. The Aces battled back, took the lead before halftime, and then never looked back in this second half as they dominated and come away with the victory. As we'll wrap things up, I want to say a big thank you once again, Josh Fries, providing us with the rosters for this 7th and 8th grade junior high football game. And also, again, the Hicksville Athletic Department giving us the space here in the press box. Always a pleasure working with them. Thanks, too, to our football broadcast underwriters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, and Jim Schmidt Ford, the Jim Schmidt Trunk Lot. And, of course, check them out online, JimSchmidtAuto.com. Thanks, too, to Kate Murphy. Not able to be with us for the entire game. She had to take off after the end of the third quarter, but appreciate her help up until then. So for Kate, I am Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television. Thanking you once again for tuning in to junior high football here on HIX-TV and wishing you good night and good sports.